Hello, I'm here to give you a quick demonstration of the Desmos calculator, which is what we will be using for our statistical calculations in this class. Um, just a heads up, my daughter is in the background, so if you hear strange noises, that's what's going on. So anyways, if you have never used Desmos before, I highly encourage you to create your own Desmos account. That way you can save things and come back to them for your own reference. If you have never used Desmos before, you can just sign up by clicking that green sign up button in the upper right corner. You can either use a Google or Apple account, or you can put in an email address and password. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And now I am logged back in. So some key features in Desmos, if you want to put in a data list, you can just click in a box over here. Let's say we want to put in a list. We need to name it. I recommend naming it with a capital letter, and then we'll put equals. And then we can put in whatever list we want. We put them in square brackets. So let's say that we have the list 2, 4, 9, 3, 7, 18, 12. Right? So notice between each number I listed, I just put a comma. If you are typing in long numbers, do not put a comma. So for example, if we wish to put in the number 1,423, if I just type it as 1423, it recognizes that it's one number. If I put a comma in between, like we would usually write 1,423, now it suddenly thinks that there's another item. It's the number 1 and the number 423. So let's get rid of that 1,423. We can do all sorts of things with this list. We can do calculations. Specifically with the list, I will just show you as we get to those things. We'll have a video for a histogram coming right up soon. We can do calculations. Anytime you want to type in a new calculation, just click in the next box. So I see under this element list or under this box here, I just click down. I can put in whatever I want. For example, I can have it do 2 plus 3. It tells me that's 5. I can tell it to do 15 minus 7 and divide by 20, let's say, and it tells me that's 0.4. We'll have some interesting calculations. You can use codes. So for example, square root, I could type in as SQRT, but if I don't want to find that, they do have calculators here. There is a square root button right there, and we can put in, say, square root of 20, and it tells me what that is. Our statistical programs, if we click on functions, will pop up under stats. For example, if I wish to do well, we haven't really learned these yet. We will be getting to mean and median soon. So if I wish to say find the mean of that list we just typed in, I can just type mean A, and it does the calculations for me. We will also be using the distributions button. Notice that we have histograms, dot plots, box plots. So we did see dot plots earlier. We could simply make a dot plot. And then to get that dot plot to show up in our window, we can just hit this little magnifying glass and it'll adjust our dot plot or our window so the dot plot shows. Once you've finished, if you have a graph and you want to copy that graph, we have multiple things we can do. In this upper right-hand corner, there's a box with an arrow out of it. If we click on that, that'll allow us to share our graph. Sorry, my internet has been slow recently. We have options. You can either copy this link and it'll always bring you back exactly to where you stopped at this point. You can export the image. For Canvas, if you just click on embed, we can go ahead and copy and paste this text, and then we can actually embed that in a Canvas discussion post, which is what we will usually be doing. So this is sort of a very brief introduction to Desmos. I will post more videos as we get to specific functions, but this is Desmos. So I recommend creating an account, and in the next activity, we will be making histograms with Desmos, and it's fairly convenient. All right, that's it for today, or for now. Bye.